Good morning, Asean. Freshen up your world, your thought, and your idea with us every weekday from 7:30 to 8 a.m. I'm Patsurang Desha Putharangsi.
And I'm Winat It is Wednesday, the 14th of August. What do we have first, Professor Lang?
Well, firstly, it's not really a fortunate news as the biggest typhoon to hit the Philippines, leaving a trail of wreckage in the northern Philippines as it left the country yesterday. Typhoon Utor slammed into the country on Monday, then triggering landslides and floods, and leaving at least 2 people dead and 9 more missing. Area footage there showed the extent of the damage in Casiguran town, 343 kilometers northeast of the capital Manila, which suffered the worst damage after the typhoon set off landslides that blocked its only road. Devastation ranged from uprooted trees, fallen lampposts, tangled power lines, to several flattened houses. Residents began cleaning up a day after the typhoon's powerful winds destroyed their homes. Major roads have been cleared of debris and repairs on the damaged bridges connecting Casiguran to its neighboring towns have started. Well, a vendor decided to open her store but could only sell what she had salvaged from the typhoon, as she said that they are afraid there will be shortages and they could suffer. Aurora Governor Gorado Naveras told the ANC television yesterday that over 90% of the province's agriculture, particularly rice, corn, and coconut, was either damaged or destroyed. A state of calamity was called by the local government to speed up rescue operations in the area. Officials reported at least 2 casualties from the provinces of Benguet and Nueva Vizcaya, while the number of missing was reduced to 9 fishermen from the provinces of Camarines Norte and Pangasinan. The National Disasters Agency estimated the total damage to infrastructure at around $1.3 million, with the biggest damage in Aurora province. About 28,000 families were displaced by the typhoon in the provinces of Cagayan Valley, Ilocos, Central Luzon, Bicol, and Cordillera. Typhoon Utor has excited the Philippines Tuesday morning and is headed to southern China, is now in southern China, around Kwangtung province, Kunwina, where the forecasters said. Well, about 20 typhoons hit the Philippines every year, often bringing death and destruction.
Besides the typhoon in the Philippines, they're also battling with the latest oil spill, as the Philippines' largest oil refiner, Petron Corp, has claimed responsibility for a huge diesel spill that shut down parts of Manila Bay's vital fishing industry, threatening the livelihoods of tens of thousands of people. Authorities said an estimated 500,000 liters of oil cast a slick across the 20 kilometers of the coastline on Thursday, close to a Petron fuel depot in Rosario town, south of capital Manila. At this stage, we take responsibility for this unfortunate incident, Petron President Lubin Nepomuceno said in a statement posted on the company's Facebook page last Monday. We will pursue proper remediation and cleanup of the areas affected, aiming to restore the means of livelihood of the local communities. In the meantime, we will continue to give the assistance needed by residents affected by the spill. He added, we sincerely apologize and assure all the communities affected that we will strive to resolve the situation at the soonest possible time. Jose Rica Frente, the mayor of Rosario, one of the hard-hit coastal towns, said the spill had temporarily left about 40,000 residents dependent on the region's fishing industry out of work. The Coastal Guard has said that the entity found responsible for the spill is required by law to pay for the cleanup, and individuals could additionally face criminal charges if found liable for negligence or deliberate discharge into the water. It said the diesel was expected to evaporate in a few days. Coast Guard officials were unable for comment on Tuesday. A spokeswoman from San Miguel Corp, the parent company of Petron, said the undated statement would be released later on Tuesday.
Back to Thailand, as the 2 billion baht borrowing bill for the planned transport infrastructure mega project is set for review by Parliament late this month after the debates on the fiscal budget and the charter amendments. According to Kun PHILIPPINE, Transport Minister, this will leave adequate time for Parliament to review the positive and negative aspects of the borrowing bill, which has more details than the other issues. But the infrastructure borrowing bill is vital to Thailand's long-term economic development and prosperity and would boost foreign investors' confidence in this country. The benefits outweigh the drawbacks, said the minister, who does not want this issue to be hampered by politics. According to Kun still, Thailand really needs to develop its infrastructure, and this borrowing bill will significantly expedite the needed projects as opposed to funding by fiscal budget allocations that caused unnecessary delays for previous projects. In any case, if the borrowing bill fails to gather adequate support from Parliament, fiscal budgets will have to be allocated to proceed with the projects, as Thailand cannot afford to suspend them. The projects that are ready to be launched, such as the 4-lane road expansions and the dual-track railway work, can proceed before others. However, before the high-speed rail project can begin, environmental impact assessments or the EIA have to be concluded. And also, Fiscal Policy Office Director General Somchai Sachipong believes the borrowing bill, which would grant authority for finance ministries to secure loans to fund the various transport-related projects, will sail through Parliament. However, if lawmakers' approval cannot be secured in this session, the government has plans to ensure the projects can proceed without disruption. The Finance Ministry has consulted the Transport Ministry on details to be submitted to Finance Minister Kittirat Naranong for review soon. Somchai said that the priority projects on which construction must proceed without delay consist of the 10 railway routes that will be initially funded by allocations from the fiscal 2014 budget and later by the 2 trillion baht borrowing bill. Meanwhile, the government's 4 economic stimulus measures for this year should help boost growth in gross domestic product by 1 percentage point from the previous target of 4 to 4.5% to 5 to 5.5%. And all the stimulus measures should come on stream in the next 2 months. Measures related to the Finance Ministry will be issued first. The sluggish global economy is affecting Thai exports, while border trade continues to grow at a rate that could reach double digits this year on robust trade with Laos, Myanmar, and Cambodia.
The next special report is on Cambodia, which is still a land of charm. For investors, what do you mean by that, Kun Pasulang?
Well, a charm represents all the tax benefits, the incentives, the tax breaks, and a lot of stuff that investors could not overlook. Let's see how investing in Cambodia should be your potential. To feed Thai investors with a daily dose on business expansion in the CLMV countries. Cambodia is one certain potential business arena, but Thai investors are often blinded by political skirmishes, and which should be totally separated from how a business activity can grow. Many Thai investors still neglect the real deal of ASEAN trade liberalization. It is a trap. Most people find it later that the opportune moment is so close, yet so far. Cambodia has been an investment destination for East Asian citizens, namely Chinese, Japanese, and Koreans. They're fast decision makers and apparently opportunity seekers. Yes, we're talking about how Thai investors could lose track and be defeated in Cambodia. Now, not just a land of charm, but a land of lucrative deals. Kun Jiranan Wongmongkol, director of Thai Trade Office in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, talks about how Chinese investors have become the big boss in the country.
จีนลงทุนสารพัดเริ่มตั้งแต่การไปทำถนนหนทางสื่อสารโลกให้ดีขึ้นการทำระบบไฟฟ้าจากไฟฟ้าพลังน้ำจากถ่านหินก็ตามนะคะนี่จีนเป็นก่อสร้างมากมายมหาศาลลงทุนด้านการเกษตรเพื่อสีข้าวตอนนี้จะไปสีข้าวเองส่งจีนเองแล้วการโดยนักธุรกิจจีนจะไปทำนาเองด้วย
Chinese investors are always followed by their rivals, the Japanese moneymakers. And one interesting reason behind the expansion of Japanese investment in Cambodia is pressure from Thailand.
อันดับ2ก็คือว่าจีนบุกญี่ปุ่นต่างๆเพราะญี่ปุ่นเนี่ยมี2กระแสเนื่องจากว่าญี่ปุ่นมองว่ากระแสที่1คือความมั่นคงของประเทศเขาเริ่มดีแล้วกฎหมายต่างๆมีการแก้ไขญี่ปุ่นมีความไว้วางใจแล้วรัฐบาลทั้ง2ประเทศตกลงกันแล้วว่าความคุ้มครองของคุณนั่นน่ะได้รับความคุ้มครองที่ถึงระดับที่ไปได้แล้วนะพอเปิดไฟเขียวไปได้นักธุรกิจญี่ปุ่นไปบุก บุกเดินตั้งเข้าไปในนิคมอุตสาหกรรมตามสไตล์นะฮะกระแสที่2ผลักดันจากประเทศไทยโดนบีบให้ยืนถ่าง2 ขาที่1เนื่องจากว่าแรงงานที่ประเทศไทยราคาแพงขึ้นแพงก็ไม่ว่าหายากต่างหากแรงงานขาดแคลน3กลัวเกิดภัยพิบัติเหมือนในอดีตที่ผ่านมา
How about Koreans? Some analysts indicated the Korean investors as real benefit reapers, especially when the investment rivalry between China and Japan and Cambodia is getting overheated and conduced to stumbling along the path. She also explained the course of expansion of Thai investment in Cambodia that has been rather pressured by internal as well as external factors.
กดดันในประเทศคือในประเทศที่ญี่ปุ่นโดนมีทั้งค่าแรงงานแพงแรงงานขาดนะครับเจอเด้งที่2ก็คือผู้ซื้อต่างประเทศบอกว่าเขาเสียอำนาจในการแข่งขันในการซื้อสินค้าจากประเทศไทยเพราะประเทศไทยคุณผลิตไปแล้วเนี่ยถ้าหากว่าคุณจะย้ายโรงงานไปกัมพูชาได้ไหมเพราะว่าถ้าคุณย้ายโรงงานไปกัมพูชาปัญหาต่างๆค่าแรงต้นทุนคุณก็ไม่สูงแล้วพอคุณส่งออกจากกัมพูชาคุณได้ CO จากกัมพูชาไปได้ GSP จากประเทศนั้นนำเข้าภาษีถูกแล้วก็เขาสามารถแข่งขันได้ในประเทศนั้น
As a business arena, the gurus often regard Cambodia as the undercurrent. Kunjiranan directs the point why Thai investors should take the advantage of the undercurrent and why should Thai investment be in Cambodia at the moment. Investment gurus invited by KPMG Thailand are here to turn the pessimistic Thai investors into opportunists by emphasizing again the privileged GSP in Cambodia. To Thai investors, another investment dimension in Cambodia is that there are too many economic zones within the country. Sometimes investors get confused whether to invest in a particular zone or outside of it. Which one is the best choice and what is the difference of the benefits?
บริษัทต่างๆในกัมพูชาไม่ใช่ว่าถ้าคุณไม่ตั้งอยู่ในนิคมอุตสาหกรรมคุณไม่ได้รับสิทธิประโยชน์คุณได้รับสิทธิประโยชน์ทุกแห่งคุณไม่จำเป็นต้องเข้าไปอยู่ในเขตนิคมอุตสาหกรรมเพื่อขอรับสิทธิประโยชน์ในการที่คุณจะออก CO แล้วก็ส่งออกสินค้าไปประเทศที่3ไปประเทศปลายทางเพื่อยกเว้นภาษีนำเข้าตั้งอยู่ที่ไหนก็ได้นะคะ
Lastly, experts conclude some key factors for success in investing in Cambodia.
นะคะที่ success ที่1ก็คือลบทัศนคติของเราก่อนภาพกัมพูชาลบไปให้หมดนะคะสร้างความกล้าขึ้นในหัวใจนะคะเดินทางเข้าไปเหมือนกันไปศึกษาเขาเหมือนกันเข้าถึงช่องไหนก็คือช่องที่ถูกต้องตามระเบียบต้องช่องคนที่ถูกช่องคนนี่ลำบากเหมือนกันแต่ดิฉันก็คิดว่านะคะเรามีหลายคนอยู่ประสบการณ์แต่ละคนเป็น10 ปีเนี่ยคุณคัดคนเพื่อจะเป็นผู้ค้าคุณคัดคนที่เป็นนักธุรกิจดิฉันว่าคุณจะได้รับการคัดเลือกแล้วก็จะประสบผลสำเร็จนะคะ
Well, foreign firms like Mitsubishi and JALUX on the track to run Myanmar airport.
Mitsubishi and JALUX said that they have attained the rights from the Myanmar government to operate Mandalay International Airport and remodel its passenger terminal. If the consortium, which includes SPA, project management, and Myanmar company wins the order, it will set up a joint venture with Myanmar's Department of Civil Aviation to run the airport for 30 years starting in 2014. The project is estimated to cost about $6 billion. The two Japanese firms said the project would capitalize on Mitsubishi's expertise in the improvement of airport facilities and the know-how of JALUX, the only Japanese company with experience in operating airports overseas. Mandalay Airport, currently operated by the Myanmar government, is a domestic hub. In 2012, it was used by some 580,000 passengers, up about 20% from the previous year. The number of users is expected to grow thanks to the economic development and growing interest in tourism in the Southeast Asian country.
Cambodia has suspended international military cooperation programs with the United States and others following the country's recent disputed election. The reason for Cambodia's action was not immediately clear. State Department spokeswoman Marie Half told reporters that Cambodia's defense ministry has postponed or cancelled a number of programs, while she provided no details. It could be a preemptive move after U.S. lawmakers called for cuts in direct aid to Cambodia's government if the vote was not free and fair. But Half said the U.S. does not regard this as a suspension of overall military ties. She said, "We haven't indicated that's something we want. We are going to keep watching the process as it unfolds and see where it goes from here." Longtime Prime Minister Hun Sen's party won the July 28th vote, but with a sharply reduced majority. And according to unratified results announced Monday that are contested by the opposition, it has threatened mass protests unless there's an independent investigation of the election process. The State Department has expressed concerns about reported election irregularities and has called for them to be investigated fully and transparently. The Cambodian government has deployed extra troops and armored vehicles in the capital, Phnom Penh, because of the opposition's warning it could take to the streets. The tough reputation of Hun Sen, who has ruled for 28 years already, has raised concerns he might use force against protesters. Navuth Kowith, the defense attaché at Cambodia's embassy in Washington, said he could not comment about any suspension in military cooperation programs, as he has not received information from Phnom Penh about it. U.S. military assistance on maritime security, counterterrorism, and humanitarian operations makes up a small portion of the more than $70 million in annual American aid to Cambodia, but reflects Washington's attempts to build bridges with the Southeast Asian government, which counts China as its main benefactor. Military cooperation has been on the uptick since 2006 and includes training for Cambodian officers and periodic military exercises. One of Hun Sen's sons was trained at West Point. And Human Rights Watch has been pushing for the U.S. to serve military ties, arguing that Cambodia's armed forces are corrupt, politicized, and implicated in rights abuses.
There is a move by the Indian and the Vietnam law enforcement to put a treaty of criminal transfer into practice, according to the Indian ambassador to Vietnam. The extradition treaty between India and Vietnam officially came into effect on Monday after exchange of the documents of ratification. The treaty was signed during a visit of Vietnamese President Trong Thanh Sang to India in 2011. Speaking at the occasion, Indian ambassador to Vietnam Rajit Ray noted that the event marked a milestone in the India-Vietnam Comprehensive Partnership, which has grown in all fields since its establishment 5 years ago, Xinhua reported. This is an important move forward for the two countries' law enforcement agencies, which are about to put a treaty of criminal transfer into practice, he added. Vietnamese Deputy Foreign Minister Ho Xuan Son expressed his hope that both sides would continue working closely to implement the document effectively to reinforce the traditional friendship and comprehensive cooperation for both countries' prosperity.
That's it for Good Morning ASEAN today. We'll see you again same time, same place, same channel.
Thank you so much for joining. I'm Meena Jung Prasit.
อนาภัทรสุรางเดชาพุทธรังสีสวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ